There we go, 150, 160, 170, yeah, a little like 175, so a little bit faster. We're gonna hit the bridge. Oh. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Neil and welcome back to BeamNG Drive, and welcome back to another episode of Which Car Can Fly the Farthest Off the Ski Jump Arena. Only this time we're using the new ski jump arena. Well, it's basically a ski jump arena. It's the Swiss Alps, but the map happens to have a absolutely massive ski jump at the top of it. So I thought it's only appropriate that we bring this series back into the modern world of 2019. Now, there isn't any markers to show how far you're going. I think that would be a very awesome detail to add in the newest update of this map. If developer, you happen to be watching this, I think it would be a good idea. But it's your map. You can do what you want, but I would use it a lot. Anyway, in today's episode, we're just going to be using the default BeamNG vehicles, but if you guys would like to see a part 2, maybe using automation cars or any other modded vehicles in the game, just let me know down below in the comments. And while you're down there, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button. All right, first up, since we already have it spawned up here, let's just use the default Gavril here. I am not, now, if you've seen this series before, I'm not very scientific. I don't write down any of these numbers. It's pretty much just for fun, so I'm just going to use any version of these cars that I want. This is the stock D series and still pretty freaking quick. And we'll say that hitting the bridge is the equivalent of hitting the finish line in the regular ski jump arena. We got pretty freaking close. All things considered, we almost hit the bridge. And you know what? Let's try. I want to see if we can actually hit the bridge with any sort of D series here. Oh man, I have so many freaking mods right now. I can't even find the vehicles. Let's use one more version of this because I think there's one that might go just a little bit faster. The sleeper. Yes, of course, this rusted bucket of junk is actually packing some pretty serious heat. Look at the tires on this thing. Oh yeah. It's loud, too, and fast. We're already up to 150 miles an hour, 170, 80, almost 190, 190 miles an hour. And we were feet away from hitting the bridge there, and we've just absolutely flattened. Absolutely flattened this poor truck here. So let's start at the top. I guess we'll start with the 200BX, and you know what? Let's give it a good run here. Let's start with the street-tuned version, a pretty middle-of-the-road, but still pretty darn fast version of the 200BX here. I would drive one of these in real life. Not gonna lie, I would probably crash it within a month or two, but it would be fun while it lasted. There we go. Pretty darn quick. What did we leave at 160, 150 or something like that? We just absolutely wrecked this thing. Oh man, look at the engine on that thing. Pretty beefy. But you know what? We might as well try another version of it as well. How about the Demon? One of the fastest cars in the game if you give it enough room to gallop. But let's see how far. I want to get one over the bridge here. And I feel like this might be one to do it. It is a little difficult to control, especially at high speeds. But we're doing pretty good. 170, 180. Yes! That is going to get us over the bridge just barely. But we still got it. And this thing actually holds together a little bit better than the ones we've seen so far because it does have that roll cage attached to it. So good job. The first one to make it over the bridge, but I'm assuming probably not the last. We have some pretty fast cars to check out today. So let's go on to the ETK 800 series. And we could just go straight up to the 856 TT Sport Plus. Very, very, very fast vehicle here. So let's try this one out and see if we can get it over the bridge. Look at that mountain, man. Absolutely gorgeous map. I like using this one a little bit better just because the regular ski jump arena is a classic, undoubtedly. But it is pretty bare bones as far as everything else is concerned. We didn't make it to the bridge, but we got pretty close and just demolished the front of this car. And you know what? This car's probably upwards of $150,000. So that one hurts to see. You know, I kind of want to see if they're going to make an ETK SUV. We had one in Rigs of Rods. Well, technically it was Gavril. But I want to see a good SUV, like a modern SUV in BeamNG Drive, because all we have right now is pretty much the Roamer. Anyway, let's go on to the Barstow. I'm going to try not to use any of the modded versions of these cars, and you can tell when a version is modded is when it doesn't have the little BeamNG logo. The BeamNG logo means that it was made by the BeamNG people. If you guys are ever wondering what that little symbol actually means. So I think the fastest stock Barstow we have here is probably the King Steak. I mean, we have the drag version. We'll try that in a second, but I want to try the fastest road legal Barstow we probably have here. I don't even know if this King Snake is road legal. I remember it's super hard to control though, so we'll have to account for that. But just going in a straight line downhill, I don't think we're going to have any problems. Already up to 150 miles an hour over the trees we go, but this thing is just so heavy. It just drags us down to the earth. And honestly, a pretty clean landing, at least at first, and now we're off into the forest, and we've wrapped ourselves around a tree. So let's try out the drag version. And another cool thing, a fun fact about the Barstow is you can actually rip the entire front of this car off if you do hit it hard enough. So maybe we can get that to happen. Oh, Jesus. Okay, get control over this beast. That's the hard part. There we go. There we go. 180 miles an hour. Is it going to bring us over the bridge? No, it's not. And the front of our car is basically just flattened. I kind of want to try that again because I did kind of screw up the beginning here. You kind of have to ease into the speed on this one. Let me see if we can get a little bit more horsepower out of it. 200 miles an hour. That's going to get us at least a little bit farther. Still not going to clear the bridge. Man, the front of this thing. Oh, yeah, it's basically... Oh, there it goes. We ripped it in half. The engine just falls down into the sand. That's unfortunate. I really thought this one was going to make it, but I guess it's just too heavy. Anyway, let's move on to the big... No, not the big run. That's a mod. That would be interesting to take down. We'll have to make a part 2 with modded vehicles. But the next one, I guess, is going to be the Bolide. And we have quite a few versions here. I really want to do the Corsa GT, but that's a modded version, unfortunately. So the fastest one we have available to us is the 390 GTR race car. But let's use a road legal one at first, just to see how far it can get us. Now, these are really, really hard to control at speed. But again, if we're going in a straight line, I think we'll be okay. And we have gravity working with us here. 150. 170, I think we left at about 165, and we are doing a front flip. Well, half of a front flip, and we landed straight on the excuse me. We landed straight on the gas tank there, so it's just exploded into a massive fireball. You might want to get out of there, considering you're still alive, which is probably a no. Can the 390 GTR get us any farther, though? I'm willing to bet it probably can. It is a race car, after all. But it is an older car. It's from the 80s, so is it going to have the speed to get us over that bridge? That's the goal, is getting over the bridge. We left it about, it almost honestly looked like about the same speed. We're doing a backflip, and we exploded once again. Well, at least there was initial flames. Did the gas tank fall off? I don't really know. There's no roll cage in this thing either. That seems rather unsafe, although it is from the 80s. Okay, so the Corvette. Not exactly the fastest car, so I don't have that high of hopes for this one. But I'm just going to give it its best chance here, which is probably going to be the race car, the track car here. But yeah, don't get your hopes up on this one. If this one clears the bridge, I will eat my hat. Watch this thing be the fastest one that we have. It's just so boxy. It's just not that aerodynamic. So I don't see this one clearing the bridge. Yeah, we're not even at 170 yet. We hit about 155 is where we left the end. Uh-oh. Ugh. And exploded. Well, these 80s and 90s cars just literally explode at these speeds. It's oh, we're on fire from both sides. Yeah, that's not a safe vehicle and not the fastest. But I love the Corvette. It's like the original BeamNG car. How can you not love it? All right, next up, we got the Grand Marshal, another OG BeamNG vehicle. We have the Custom here, which I imagine is the fastest, equipped with a powerful supercharged V8. Although this is a very large car, very heavy. I don't know if that's going to help it or drag it down. We can play spike strips with this thing, though. Little known fact, I still have that mod installed, apparently. Anyway, let's see how fast we can get this thing going. 150, 160, and we are going straight down. Uh-oh, let's get some slow motion. We haven't done that yet. Oh. We're still spawning spike strips. Oh, man. Okay, we'll go back into normal speed this way. Then there we go. The entire front of the car is just absolutely smashed in. What a violent wreck. But yeah, basically pull this straight down. We got kind of close to the bridge, but not really. We need like a proper super version of the Grand Marshal, in my opinion. Let's move on to another older vehicle here. The ETK-I series this is a little bit sportier. So maybe we'll have a pretty good chance here. Let's start with the 2400 TIX TT Sport Evolution. That's a mouthful. But this one is super clean looking in like a really 90s way. It's like a quintessential 90s kind of Mercedes here, I think is what the ETK brand is trying to emulate. Maybe it's closer to BMW. I'm not really sure. Maybe a mixture of the two, but we're going pretty quick. 160. Isn't gonna have enough speed though. No. So we've how many do we have now that have gone over the bridge? One, or is it just two? Or just one or two? I don't remember. I think it's just one though. But yeah, that's gonna stay that way. We'll give it another chance though. Let's try it with the race version, because that might get us a little bit more speed here. But I can't see it being faster than this thing, at least downhill. But ooh, it's quick off the line. Let's see how fast we can get this thing going. 100, 120, 140, 160, 170. A little bit quicker. Is it going to bring us to the bridge, though? Ooh, no, it's not. A little bit closer, though. These older cars are struggling. That's for sure. But we're going to be moving on to a newer vehicle now. So, the ETK-K series. It's basically a brand new car in the BeamNG world. Now, this right here, I already know is super quick. So we're going to start with the KC6TX version, equipped with a turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, 19-inch wheel sport suspension, and all-wheel drive. I think this one might get pretty close, but let's just find out. This is a modern vehicle, so hopefully it won't burst into flames. If I trust modern engineering, well, you never know. 170, so we're getting a lot that are leaving the ramp at about 170, and they all land about in the same place. We didn't explode. We didn't pass the bridge, but we didn't explode. So that's good. So, you know, you might be okay. The front seats kind of pushed your head into the steering wheel. That's probably not good. But besides that, the car held up pretty well. A lot better than an older one would have, that's for sure. But let's try out the track day edition, and see if we can get a little bit more distance out of this thing. There we go. 150, 160, 170. Yeah, a little like 175. So a little bit faster. We're going to hit the bridge. Oh, so a little bit faster, but at what cost? We just racked ourselves on the bridge. Yikes. The steering wheel goes through the windshield. I don't even know what happened to the engine. It's probably off in the woods over there somewhere. Wow. What an accident. Alrighty, next up, we got the Legrand. I don't even think there is any fast versions of this car. I guess the custom V6 with ETK wheels. I mean, we'll try it. We'll try it. I just don't see this one going that far, to be completely honest with you. It's getting up there. 120, 130. Not bad. 150, 160. Not bad, but we're just going straight down like most other older vehicles do, and the entire front of the car collapses in on itself. What was that sound? That kind of scared me. Anyway, it didn't explode, so that's good, but the car didn't exactly hold up too well. That's That's for sure. All right, what's next? An even older car here, but we got a track day version of this. I imagine it's pretty quick. So let's give it the old college try. All right, here you go, Marebar. You're the oldest of the bunch, but that doesn't mean you can't be the fastest. Here we go. Yeah, you're not the fastest. Topping out about, 160 and straight down. No! It's holding together, though. It has the roll cage. Didn't help us too much, though. Yikes. Yeah, so the older cars are not doing too hot today. All right, guys, for the interest of time, I'm going to skip over a few vehicles and get to some of the more interesting ones because I wanted to try the SBR4 because we have the new electric version here, which I think might do it just on its own. I know the hill climb probably will, but I want to see if the electric version, the super electric version, the ludicrous mode one, can actually clear the bridge here. I know this has a top speed of like 180 or something like that, but let's see. Yes, there we go. 170. It's gonna be close, but no, it's not going to clear the bridge. I really thought it had a good chance. Man, this thing did not hold up well at all. Yeah, that's a death trap and a half right there. All right, well, then it's all up to pure V8 power. Is this a V8? I imagine so. Extreme aero and turbocharged horsepower pushes this car to the performance limits of a production chassis. Let's see if it can clear the bridge for us. I think it can, especially with that giant wing. I think it's going to push us up, or it's going to push us right down. I don't know. But this thing is quick. Oh boy, 190, almost 200 miles an hour, and it looks like it's pushing us straight down. Yikes. We still have control. No, we don't. Over the fence and into the woods. I'm curious, though. I'm curious. If we rip off the wings, can we clear the bridge? Because I think we probably can. So let's take that out of there. And get these silly things off, and let's try that once more without all the wings and see if we can get this thing over the bridge. I think we might be able to. 170, 180, 190. Oh, so close to 200. Oh, yes, it's gonna just barely clear the bridge. Wow. Okay, I was actually a little worried there for a second. I thought we were gonna clip the top of the bridge, but no, we cleared it. So yeah. That's what one of the things I love about this game is, like, the wings actually affect the aerodynamics of the car. That's so cool. All right, we're going to try one more vehicle today, guys. The Burnside Special Drag Edition. This is a drag car. So let's see if we can clear that bridge. I think we're going to do it, guys. 170, 180, 190. So close to 200. Come on. I believe in you. No, it's not. Oh. Yikes. Oh my god, we flattened this thing. Well, we made it spherical, basically. There's nothing left. Where's the engine? It's somewhere in there. Holy God, that is an accident right there. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode of BeamNG Drive. Which car can fly the what did I say? Which car can fly the farthest? That's kind of a tongue twister. I hope you guys like the new setup here. Doesn't mean I won't return to the ski jumping arena. I just wanted a little change of scenery, or just any scenery for that matter. It's nice. I would like to see some numbers on here. I think that'd be cool. If anybody knows how to mod, if they can do it themselves, that would be cool as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.